Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, March 15, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are basically flat this morning, trading up 50 cents to 1562.75. Everyone is wondering if today is going to be the day that the S&P makes a new closing high, all-time closing high. So again, it is a Friday. We generally will look for a flat to positive, slightly positive trading session. We'll see if that is the case. That is reflective of the morning's action, at least so far ahead of the opening bell. There was just some economic data released. I believe U.S. consumer prices rose 0.7%. Gasoline had a big rise, 9.1% in the month of February. I think real hourly earnings declined by 0.6%. So again, a little economic news out there. CPI and core CPI up 2% in the past 12 months. But nothing dramatic here, nothing market moving. I know it's supposedly a big economic number, but we could care less about the numbers, nor do we believe them. All we care about is what is the action saying on the charts, what are the charts doing, and right now the futures are up 50 cents. And that's all we need to worry about. A little bit later today, I think traders want to be a little bit on watch. I believe at 9:15 in the morning, you're going to have industrial production. At 10 o'clock, you'll also have consumer sentiment. So there could be some, gyrations in the market. But for the most part, this is quadruple witching options expiration, which means everything under the sun is going to expire. We will no longer trade the ES using the M contract. The H contract, we will now switch over to the M contract, and you'll see that is basically doing the same thing. So you do not want to use the H contract after today. You want to go over to the M contract. Now, on this news, the U.S. dollar index is falling. So dollar is really down quite sharply, down over 50 cents. That's a big move for the dollar. Usually a move like that would move markets to the upside. These days, not so much, and the reason being is it looks like countries like Great Britain with the weak pound have been enjoying a little bit of better exports. Japan with the weak yen have been enjoying better exports. The European Union with the euro falling as much as it has been enjoying a little bit of better exports. So the U.S. has taken one on the chin here, even though the U.S. market has risen with a stronger dollar recently. That has not always been the case. So today the U.S. dollar is falling, but that is putting pressure on other currencies out there like the euro. So if you take a look at the euro today, look at the surge here in the euro. The euro is catching a big bid. If you take a look at the British pound today, same thing. British pound is moving higher, catching a big bid. So there are some disconnects out there, but again, it's one global currency, one global world, one global economy. And really, the dollar is the dominant currency of the world. So, we'll have to see if that has any ill effects on the market. I have a tendency to think that it could, but I don't think that it's going to affect the markets right now as we're in this euphoric state. Federal Reserve printing a lot of money. The Bank of Japan is printing a ton of money. The ECB is printing money. Bank of England is printing money. Everybody out there, all the other central banks around the world are printing a lot of money. So something we'll have to watch going forward. I think that's going to be important. Other than that, I don't really see anything else here today. I want to just talk about Asia last night. Asian markets were a little bit mixed for the most part. The big winner last night was the Nikkei 225, which is Japan. It looks like over there in Japan, it looks like the Japanese parliament voted in 3 people that are into money printing. So 3 people coming into the Bank of Japan that are money printers. So basically they want a weaker yen, and that really was the reason for the rally in Japan last night. And again, if you just take a look at the Japanese market, now at 12,561, it's just been about a 20% move in, I don't know, maybe 2 months or so, maybe a little over 2 months. But either way, it's all about money printing. So you just have to look at it like this. one of the Japanese, I believe the Japanese finance minister, said about 2 months ago that he wanted to get the Japanese stock market, the Nikkei 225, up to 13,000 by March. So never in history have we seen money manipulation this way and stock market rigging this way, but it is happening really across the globe, and you want to be a little bit cautious because you realize it is going on. And as long as we know about it, hey, we could capitalize off of it, and that's the idea. But at some stage, this science project will turn sour because you just can't print your way out of problems. All right, let's take a look at a few other things out here today. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is flat today, so basically trading at $15.92 an ounce. Take a look at the GLD. GLD trading up a little bit. They closed at 153.68. Today it's trading at 154.31. So a nice little move on the GLD. Oil should be up as well. Yeah, oil's up 50 cents to $93.55. All you got to do really for oil is just look at the price of the dollar. If the dollar's down, oil should be up. But oil is up 50 cents to $93.53 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for oil. Yeah, and you'll see a nice little pop there as well. USO closed at $33.42 yesterday. Today trading at $33.64. So again, if the dollar gets weaker, expect higher prices at the pump. Expect higher energy prices. It has been a very, very cold winter in the United States. A lot of snow, a lot of energy use, a lot of money going towards energy. But nonetheless, that I guess is beneficial to the economy in some weird sense. So oil is trading higher today. Watch gasoline also. Nothing happening here yet, but we'll see if gasoline does catch a bid on the weaker dollar. That's very, very possible as well. Looking forward a little bit, there are some stocks out here in the news. The first one you want to look at today is Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, yesterday after the bell, the Federal Reserve came out with some news regarding if they could pay out bigger dividends or what their liquidity status looks like. And Goldman, it did trade lower after the opening bell. It looks like it's reviving itself a little bit, so I'm not going to make too much out of it. But the financial stocks are going to be in play this morning, at least at the start of the day. JP Morgan Chase is also another one. There's also some news on JP Morgan today. I don't know if anybody's did see it, but it looks like JP Morgan could be under some scrutiny, saying that they withheld some evidence from the Senate. All of this will probably get swept under the rug. I don't think it would be that big a deal. I think they're very, very powerful, and you're not going to hear all that much about it. But there is some news out today saying that JP Morgan may have deceived the Senate Banking Committee and other people investigating the big London whale loss. So we'll just see if anything more comes from it. But right now, there is a little bit of news out about it. We'll see if anything further comes about it. But if they find out that J.P. Morgan did in fact lie to the Congress, then there obviously could be some problems. But more than likely, it'll just be a fine, if anything, and they'll just move on as business as usual. But you want to watch the financials at least early in the start of the day, and we'll see how that all plays out. Okay, we do have a couple of gaps out here. It's not crazy today, a Friday. This is quadruple witching, so I think traders should be on alert that the volume will get real tame and quiet for probably the middle of the trading session. You could see some reshuffling at the end of the day, so expect volatility in the final hour, maybe final 30 minutes. You could see some reshuffling, rebalancing of some indexes, and that will cause some excessive volatility late in the session. But other than that, we look for a flat to slightly positive Friday most days, and we'll stick with that forecast today. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts. Take care now.